Welcome back to Beautiful Mind. As promised, I will be populating this tutorial with Mr. Gann's annual forecasting and how to make up annual reports for any stock, crypto, or asset that you are in fact interested in and studying. Thank you to all my viewers and my subscribers. If you're new here, I'm Roland Attenborough. I'm the leading Gann researcher of the scientific and analytical reporting based upon all the course material that Mr. Gann has in fact published and populated. And I am the holder of all his forecasting materials. Let's just jump right in. All right, so Mr. Gann stated in great detail that the past is but a repetition of the future, and that one must study the past to understand what exactly was happening. So, I didn't get to meet Billy Jones. I bought all the course materials off of his wife, and which is Nikki Jones. I had a chance to meet her. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to meet Nikki. He passed away before I was able to connect with him. However, I've studied all of Billy Jones's material based on Mr. Gann, and I'm here to proudly report to you that everything that he has studied, I've gone over and back tested all his stuff, and it is 100% correct. Mr. Gann put out a 21-page chapter written in 1935 outlining how to forecast and the process by his master forecasting method. Mr. Gann charged $2,500 for this course in 1939. That is equal today to 53,000 US dollars. So this is not a very fluffy or full of crap 21-page scientific document. This, in fact, is more factual than most things you will ever get to read. So let's just dive right in. This is the 21-page document that Mr. Gann put out in 1939, which he sold for $2,500 back then. He states that every movement in the market is a result of natural law and a cause which exists long before the effect takes place and can be determined years in advance. The future is but a repetition of the past, as the Bible plainly states. The thing that hath been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new things under the sun. So you can see that he's studying natural law, and I'm studying natural law, all his natural laws, and the laws laid down in the Bible. So in making up an annual forecast, Mr. Gann was stating very much that we must look at the great cycles, the 60-year cycle, the 50-year cycle, the 30-year cycle, the 15, the 10, the 7-year, the 5-year, and then the minor cycles, which are where are they? I might have just skipped over it. Sorry there. The minor cycles are the 3 years, 6 years, and the smallest cycle being the 1 year. All right, so let's just go take a quick look at what Mr. Gann was saying, and I'm going to show you a little bit more stuff about what he was talking about, how we can make forecasts. Here it states how to make up annual forecasts. I have stated before that the future is but a repetition of the past. Therefore, to make up a forecast of the future, you must refer to the previous cycles. The previous 10-year cycle and 20-year cycle have the most effect in the future. But in completing a forecast, it is best to have 30 years past records to check up, as important changes occur at the end of the 30-year cycles. In making up my 1935 forecast on the general market, I checked the years 1905, 1915, 1925. For the 1929 forecast, I compared 1919, the 10-year cycle, back 1909, the 20-year cycle, 1899, the 30-year cycle back, and 1869, which is the 60-year cycle, which is, again, the Great Cycle. And you should also watch the 5, 7, 15, and 50-year periods to see if the market is repeating one of these closely. Okay. Pointing out very much that this is my 2023 stock and Bitcoin forecast. I have compiled the 10-year cycle, the 20-year cycle, the 30-year cycle, the 40-year cycle, the 50-year, the 60-year, the 70-year, the 80-year, the 90-year, the 100, 110, the 120, as well as the 130-year cycle. And then we move to his small odd cycles, the 5-year cycle, the 7-year cycle, and the 15-year. What is my prognosis? Well, if you've been following along, I was stating that we could possibly be following this 80, 90-year cycle, which would run up until July or to August, and then we would have a pullback and then another move up late in the year. And I was stating that it's possible we could have a low somewhere around the September, October. And then we would break up higher, and by November, we would be at our old tops again. Is this going to happen? It's possible and likely. Right now, we are following a 60-year cycle as well as the 40-year cycle and the 20-year. So let's just pay attention to, and the 10-year, by the way. So he says to watch these cycles. So it's possible and likely. We are, in fact, in June. We just had our low come in on June 15th. And by this July here, we're going to take off and we're going to make our move up. Is this going to happen? Well, not necessarily. However, it is very possible and likely. So I've just laid out how you can, in fact, find out what's going on in the future. Now we just need to track and follow these. And if you've been following along with my tutorials, you've probably been very gently rewarded by my words and the research that I have, in fact, dedicated my life to. I really hope that you have enjoyed these types of in-depth tutorials. I know they are very deep, very esoteric, and they are nothing like you have ever seen in any school or university. And likely you will never see any of this type of material. This is learnt only by you researching esoteric knowledge or attending a mystery school. How do you attend a mystery school? Well, you need to be a Freemason, and then you can apply to be accepted to a mystery school. I did not go to the mystery schools. As a former Freemason, I decided to embark on all of this by myself because I feel that being an autodictate or a self-taught learner, that it's more important and more practical for me to study these natural and reoccurring phenomena in its totality. So I'm presenting this material to you today. Do you need to do all the things that I'm doing? Well, you don't have to, but it may help you to determine the price levels of stocks or assets, whatever it is you are in fact interested in gaining the knowledge that you need to make a proper determination. I'd like to thank all my viewers again and subscribers and anyone new here. Uh, Please like and leave a comment. I enjoy hearing back from everyone in the community. When I get 100 likes, I will release all my other planetary scales. I have a lot of planetary scales and a lot of amazing things to show you in which you can make a connection with. Peace and love to you all out there. Safe trading. Tear these tutorials apart and leave no stone left unturned. Thank you again for viewing and taking care of the materials that I'm talking about here today.